Hey guys, Missy here, and I am going to do a quick PowerPoint presentation here for you about sharing. I know as brand new coaches, you are excited to get started, and the first couple of days I'm going to ask you to get a list going. And something that Beachbody has changed since I became a coach was the game plan. The original game plan was the training that we had when I first started as a coach. Now we do the 3 vital behaviors. So you will see that this is going to say the game plan, the sharing cycle, and that is because this is information that I created for the team when way back when the training was called the game plan. So I just want to, I hope you guys can see the screen here and I'm not distracting you in any way. In fact, I'm probably going to go like this because that's distracting me, seeing myself talking. Okay, so the game plan and the sharing cycle. So what does it really mean? What it is, it's the core activities, the find, invite, share, sponsors. And that is pretty much what we do as coaches, is that we find people to help. We invite people to challenge groups. We invite people to try Shakeology. We are constantly sharing our experiences. We're sharing our goals on Facebook. We're sharing our results from Shakeology or from whatever fitness program we're using. And then we are sponsoring new coaches. We're consistently bringing new coaches into our teams. So these are just some core activities that as a coach, you're constantly going to be finding new people. You're constantly going to be inviting people. And that doesn't just mean invite them to buy something from you. It just invite them to open up, invite them to join a free challenge, invite them to be a part of your free accountability group, invite them to set up a free account on your website, assigning them as your coach. Remember, anyone that you do bring into any of your groups should be making that free account for you as their coach. Of course, you're going to be sharing. I always say live out loud on your Facebook pages, on your personal pages. Let people know what you're doing. Keep it drama free if you can. People don't really like to see a lot of drama on Facebook. What they like is, and what they come back to is people who lift them up, people who are getting results, people who are being real. So I'm not saying, don't be real. There is maybe some things that happen in your life that aren't always good. But you can spin it now as a coach. We want to spin that as being a positive influence on people and say, hey, look, this is happening to me, but I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it work. And then, sponsoring new coaches and bringing new coaches on to the team. You always want to be following a list. That's what we're going to be talking about, is getting you set up with a list. And you always want to be following up. I mean, following up is where the magic happens. People do not decide right away to join your challenge. People do not decide right away to join your team. Think of your own situation and how you were approached about a challenge or how you were approached about joining a team. You did not make your decision quickly. It could have taken you months to come around. So as long as you're constantly keeping that list and following up with those people, then you are doing the core activities. So find. This is pretty much, how do I find people? What am I supposed to be doing? First, as a new coach, you want to be connecting with your warm market of people who you already know. You want to be building your binder. Everything that was sent to you in your welcome email, you want to have a binder. You want to have a place or a file on your computer where you're keeping all of this information. You want to print out your Getting Started Right workbook. That is the coach binder, or the tracking tools. It might be named a little something different now. I think it's called our coach binder. I just uploaded an interactive coach binder to our important Fit Hoots documents page. If you're not a part of that page, message me and let me know. You want to be having your contact list there. You constantly want to be working from a list. You'll hear that a lot. You want to print out the memory jogger if you're having a hard time creating your list. Honestly, people keep others off of their list because they're too scared to reach out to them. But if you're building a business, fear is something I'm going to tell you right away you have to get over. You have to get out of your own way, and you need to be focusing on reconnecting with people. So you really shouldn't be leaving anyone off your list if you know them. Maybe you're just not ready to reach out to them right now, but I'm sure there's going to be people on your list that you are ready. And as you become more confident and you become better at reconnecting with people, those people who you're really intimidated to reach out to now may be the people who you are reaching out to in a couple months. So you're always going to be coming back to your list often. You're always going to be adding it. Things are always going to change. You also want to make sure that you're getting your social media together. You want to be tracking who you're talking to on social media. If you have a Facebook, an Instagram, Twitter, as a new coach, now's the time that you want to be cleaning up these things and looking at it as how you're branding your image, how you're branding yourself. You want your personal page to really live out loud and show who you are. If you're a family person, if you're an animal lover, if you're into sports, people want to find that out about you, but they also can go to your like page or your Instagram and also see pictures or tweets or however else you are reaching people. You want to make sure that you're making them equal across all boards, just so it's not just randomness all over the place. So make sure you're connecting all of those different things together, and your brand is whatever you decide your brand is or your niche is, it's very even across all of the different social media outlets. And these are also ways for you to be reconnecting to people. There's millions of people out there, and you don't want to limit yourself just to the people you know. I'll be honest, my business was not built by friends and family. I did not have a huge amount of people on my list who were people that I knew personally, and definitely not friends and family who wanted to sign up and join me. So I don't usually take that as an excuse for people who tell me, well, none of my friends and family want to do this, or none of my friends and family want to pay any money for this. That's not really a good excuse in my book, because I built my business completely not off of friends and family. So now, I'll be honest, my friends and family did come around, but it took them time. I actually needed to prove to them that this was something that was worthwhile. You also want to print out and locate the do's and don'ts. This is all going to be stuff you're going to find in our 30-day Rock the Basics. There's going to be the social media webinar that's coming up, and that is something you do not want to miss. You want to start creating your own frequently asked questions document, and this is something that you can open up on a regular basis on your computer, because you're going to start getting questions that you're going to notice come around a lot. What is Shakeology? What program do you recommend for me? What is Team Beachbody? What is Shakeology? How do I mix Shakeology? What's your favorite recipe? And these are things that you could find yourself constantly typing up over and over and over again. So as you can tell, our team has a lot of templates. And that's because it just saves us time as coaches to have things that are proven, they work well, and you can copy paste. So if you have someone asking you often what Shakeology is, when you find that one great response that you have, and you're like, wow, this is a really good response, I'm going to send this to other people, make sure you're saving that and you're sending it, you're putting it in your frequently asked questions. It could be a document on your desktop, and you can, update it into your binder often, or, you could, if you're asked a question more than once, it should be entered into your frequently asked questions document. Create scripts and get organized. So I have shared a lot of different templates and scripts with you in our team pages. If you come to me and you're having problems engaging or talking to people, there is so many different tools that you can access: the 5-step invitation process, how to get to Success Club in a day, the 5-day clean eating challenge. There's templates and scripts for everything, pretty much. It's just, how well are you implementing them, and how well are you really using them? So that's something that we're going to really touch into here. So, also being organized from the beginning is going to help you. So this is going to talk about breaking down your list and why making a list is so important. First, you want to, after you're making your list of people, you want to prioritize your list. You want to, maybe if you're having a hard time thinking of people that you might want to talk to, I always say your warm market should be first. The people who who are into fitness, the people who want to lose a few pounds, they want to get into shape. There's also people who might hate their job, who might want to help their spouse find a job that they like better, who maybe they are a stay-at-home mom and they want to start bringing more income into the family. They feel guilty because they're not contributing. There's also some of those people who just want to spend more time with their family. They've always maybe they've tried in-home businesses before, and they might have not worked out for them for some reason, and they may be a little skeptical of this, but they want to get healthy, and down the road this could be an option for them. There's also people who have eating sensitivities, who are dairy free, gluten free, vegan. Those are another group of people you can really highlight on your list, because those are people who we can help with any and all of our programs. Well, the majority of our programs now have vegan options. We have a vegan Shakeology. We have the 21-day ultimate reset. We have the 21-day fix. We have a lot of nutritional tools that we can offer these people. So that's another group of people that you want to prioritize in your list. You also want to think about the people who just overall support you and want to be a part, and normally who want to be a part of something that you're doing. So those are people who you might want to think about reaching out to right away. What we ask you in the Rock the Basics is to get to 25 people on your list, but I want you to challenge yourself to hit 50 to 100 names on your list. And I want you to look for a why in every name on your list. Maybe jot that down next to them. If you're writing down some names, has gluten allergies, mention they were giving up wine for Lent, want to check in on them, because I'm a wino, so I have a lot of people who have given that up for Lent, and I kind of keep, they tease me because I post things that get them wanting to drink wine, and it keeps our conversations going, because I reach out to them and say, hey, how's it been going? I'm sorry that I'm tempting you over here. But, you want to reach out to these people, and you want to have a reason for it. You don't want to just be a slimy, icky salesperson and say, hey, I'm a brand new coach, and I'm just starting a challenge group, and I thought you'd want to join me, and you can buy this challenge pack, and it has Shakeology with it, and it's only going to cost you $180. They're going to be like, ew. So you want to focus on, as a new coach, to be reconnecting with these people. You also, if you're reconnecting with people and you ask them, hey, if you want to join into my free accountability groups, you have a couple friends who you're currently working out with at the gym that maybe want to do this with us. Again, you're not asking for them to buy anything from you. You're just asking if they have anyone who would be interested in your groups or in your challenges or whatever stage of the game you're at. Don't just hand out business cards. It is a great tool to send to people, but that is not how you want to represent your business. You want to represent your business living out loud on social media and showing people that you have results. So if you're, all gung-ho about ordering business cards, go ahead, that's fine. But I don't want you to just go around handing out business cards as if people are really going to look at that and come back to you. Because honestly, I get people who give me business cards and they just end up in the trash or in my wallet, and I might find them a couple months later and I'm like, oh, this is great. And it just kind of stays in my wallet or in the bottom of my purse. So honestly, that it's not something you want to focus on right away. So, moving into invite, you're finding your people, you're building your foundation. Now, what are you going to start saying to these people? What does inviting really mean? So when I first started, I invited people to actually come to my house and work out with me. We have a spare bedroom where we set up our workout space. People were able to try before they buy, and it was in a comfortable environment for them. There's also a Fit Club Finder in your back office. There may be coaches in your area who are already offering free Fit Clubs, and they allow coaches to come to their Fit Clubs, and they may charge, or it might be free. This is a great opportunity to meet other coaches and to see what a Fit Club is all about. And maybe if you have the idea of maybe hosting one at your church or at a rec center, those are always really fun. I actually hosted one at my job for 4 weeks last summer as a kind of get fit, get ready for summer type of thing. We did Les Mills Combat and some Turbo Fire, and people really, really loved it. And I'm actually going to be doing it again here, working with Goodwill. Hopefully we start doing some fit clubs for them too. because we're going to be doing their nutrition fair coming up. So there's fairs that you can sign up for. You can get a table and invite people to try Shakeology. Those are all things that you can, decide if you want more information on. You can reach out to me and let me know. But you always want to invite people to try Shakeology. I'll tell you honestly, when I first started as a coach, people were so interested in Shakeology. So I invested back in my business and I bought samples and I bought the sharing tools and I really invested on shake and share. Like, how do I do a shake and share? And I always often offer people, I can send you a sample, but honestly, you get the bottom of the bag guarantee. I really think you should try it for at least a week or two, because that's when you notice the difference. And then I walk people through actually getting the Shakeology. I mean, normally I always let them know that they can benefit from getting a challenge pack because the Shakeology and some challenge packs literally cost the same amount of money. So that's an easy way. If someone's like, yeah, I think I'll just try the shakes, don't be afraid to tell them, well, Brazil Butt Lift's on sale this month, and for $140, you can get the Shakeology and a workout, and you can actually pair them together and use them together and get even better results. And people wouldn't know that unless you share that, so you have to let them know. You also want to invite people to listen in or watch. Our team's always doing live webinars, opportunity calls, presenting the business, what is coaching calls, and coach sneak peeks. So you want to offer the invite to these people who might be interested. Platinum Presenters is the team that we are under, one of the biggest and most successful teams in the company, and they do live calls live webinars every week presenting the business with a Platinum Presenter who is leading the call. So it's a coach who is a star diamond or higher, and they are presenting the business for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. You also want to invite people to watch Beachbody sharing tools videos online. Now, whenever I'm talking to someone about joining me for anything, I send them a video. I send them a video explaining them what the program is. I always use Beachbody.com on YouTube. I use their videos, and we have all kinds of videos in our back office. So sharing tools, I mean, you're not left here to explain everything yourself. You should be using the Beachbody video tools to help you out. So to get to those, you want to go to your online office video library tab, shop, and then for the video library. And then if you want to actually purchase some of the sharing tools, you would just go back into your online office, shop, and then coach tools. Okay, so invite people to watch sharing tools. We just went over that. Invite people to visit your personal team Beachbody or Shakeology pages. Send them the links. You make sure you know your links. That's beachbody.com/username, shakeology.com/username, ultimatereset.com/username. That is what your websites are. Write that down. Find the option that works best for you. Most important, follow up. Not just go back once. Sometimes you have to go back 3, 4, 5 times with prospects, because it might not be right for them right now, but that doesn't mean they still don't want to do it. They might be saying no, but no really means not right now. So you have to keep on your list. Don't cross anybody off, because you never know when the time's going to be right. I have people come back a year or two later who are actually ready to join me because they have been watching me and they've been watching my team and they've been seeing other people's success. So, always share success stories of other people through the Beachbody Challenge website. They're always posting up awesome transformation stories. And Shakeology page on Facebook, make sure you're following these pages. Shakeology, Team Beachbody, the pages for the actual workouts, Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, T25. Make sure you're following those Facebook pages, because they do shout out people who are getting amazing results, and you can use those shout outs. You want to guide your prospects, lead them, inspire them. You don't want to push them or make them feel icky or like they have to buy something from you. So sharing and selling and how it kind of mixes together. The coach approach, sharing Beachbody products, that what you're using, you're living out loud, you're healthy and proud. It's a proven alternative to getting fit, for weight loss, creating financial freedom. Rely on your upline for your first few sharing opportunities. If you're not comfortable with doing a getting started right call, and you're bringing coaches into the team, make sure that you're asking your upline to help you out. You always want to be stocking sharing tools so you can mail them out with samplers. You're not selling, you're actually letting them just watch the video on their own, and then you're following up with them. And then, like I said before, sharing recordings and webinars. Make your own calls, webinars, trainings, recordings, or share the trainings that you have received. We try to make duplicated processes for everyone to follow. So when people say live out loud, like what does that really mean? One thing we talk about is wear and share. So you can always purchase products off of the website. You can make your own t-shirts. You can get bumper stickers, however you want to do it. But living out loud is also, the wear and share, the t-shirt that you got from Insanity or the 21-day fix, for completing the program, wearing these around because people know these names of these programs, especially Insanity and P90X. So if someone sees you wearing an Insanity, I did it or I completed it shirt, they might say something like, oh, hey, I done that program, or they might just randomly pick you out. They say to go up and talk to people in the grocery store or whatever. I've never been really good at that, but I have noticed, people in the organic section and picking up things. I'm like, hey, what do you use that for? I noticed you have a lot of healthy stuff in your cart. What do you use? How do you use spaghetti squash, or how do you cook it? Stuff like that. So you step out of your comfort zone, means really living out loud and having the wear and share that kind of makes that first step for people to maybe approach you. As a coach and as you're starting off here and as you're sponsoring and relationship building with people, a good coach really, provides the new customer with a complete solution. You're getting them started in a challenge group. You may have met them in an accountability group, or you're giving them something that's going to help them get results. So that is the first and foremost that should be leading you, is that whether they joined you in a challenge group or they're just in your free accountability group, they obviously are trusting you enough that you're going to see it through and help them however you may have to. Now, you don't have to be their, therapist, but, you are there to be offering tips and, checking in just like you would be, it's like your own challenge. You're doing this for yourself too. It's to hold you accountable. You do not lead with the sale. You always want to just lead with how you can help them. You're going to ask a lot of questions. I talk to a lot of coaches who are like, well, I gave them all the information and they just didn't talk. They stopped talking. And I'm like, okay, well, what did you talk about before you gave them the information? Well, we really didn't talk about anything. They just said, oh, hey, I'm interested in that challenge. So I told them, well, this is what the challenge pack is. And I was like, okay, well, did you ask them why they were interested? I go through a good 5 or 6 questions. What makes you interested in this challenge? Is there an event that you're looking to get ready for? Do you find that you're most challenged with working out, or is your nutrition your biggest bet? What have you done in the past that has really proven that's worked well for you or hasn't worked for you? What would you consider your fitness level right now? I ask them so many questions before I give them any details, because when I give them details is when I can customize my response to them in hopes that I'm fitting their need. If you don't know their need, how are you going to fit our products to them? So you should be asking a lot of questions before you're giving out any information. You also are providing your clients with a place of accountability, which means that you are checking in on them and you are asking them to check in daily. You're helping people build goals, and you're painting a picture for each customer as to what they're going to feel like when they complete that challenge with you. You also want to build quality enrollments. That means people who are using the programs, understand the products, understand the programs, maybe have been through a challenge. Even if it wasn't a challenge group with the challenge pack, they may have been a part of a couple free challenges, or they may have been a part of your accountability group. I always recommend that your coaches are on Shakeology Home Direct or using Shakeology. If you are not using Shakeology and you're a coach, you're not walking the walk. Shakeology is I mean, first and foremost, the healthiest meal of the day. I'm not just saying that. I mean, it is. There's nothing on the market compared to it. And if you are telling yourself that you can't afford it, or it's not worth it, or it's not in your budget, then you're making it okay for anyone who you talk to think the same way. And that's just not the case. We want people to be getting the results, and people get the results because their nutrition is on point when they're doing these programs. A lot of people you'll find will get the program and then never look at the nutrition guide. At least we have one foot in the door because we're getting them to drink Shakeology. But getting them to follow that nutrition guide is a whole nother deck of cards. So if you are at least getting them into drinking their Shakeology daily, then they're going to start feeling different. So that is non-negotiable with me. If you fall inactive as a coach because you're not on Shakeology, then that's the first thing we need to take care of, because we need to have all of our new coaches on Shakeology when they sign up. And then also enrolling them in the Beachbody Club membership. You know that Team Beachbody has the club membership that comes free with your challenge pack. Now, after 30 days, you do get charged $38 for this, which would take you into 3 more months of this club membership. The club membership is going to give you the meal planners. It's going to give you the shopping list. It's going to give you the customized tools to help for your specific weight and calorie needs. So you need to be letting customers know that they do have access to this. They can get the free account if they want, but it is $2.99 a week for them to sign up as a club member, and that's charged every quarter at $38. So coaches get charged that as well. And to be honest, as a new coach, you do not need to have this option if you are not using the meal planners and all of that. But as an Emerald coach, it is one of the qualifications. To be qualified as an Emerald coach, you do have to be a club member. So once you hit Emerald, club membership is something you will have to pay for quarterly to get the free customer leads that the Beachbody gives us. So I think it's a pretty even trade-off, if you ask me, because I do get free customers and I do get Success Club leads given to me, monthly, because of the fact that I am a Diamond coach and am a club member. So that is one of the things that you want to definitely know about in your own business, and for customers who are coming on with challenge packs, or if they're looking to create an account with you and they see that option to become a club member. So sponsor, building your team, a good sponsor, that you walk your client through the enrollment process. You set a time where, hey, when are you going to be free? I can help you walk through this. You're patient, you're present, and you're positive. You want to be there. You want to set business hours. You do want to let people know that you may not answer questions. You may not answer your messages after a certain time, but be clear about that from the beginning. As new coaches, you do want to be setting your own time, your business hours, or this business can kind of overflow into everything. You want to make sure you're answering your questions, you're leading by example, and you're leading from the front. So you always want to be walking the walk, talking the talk. You want to do the coach guides, getting them started in the Coach Training Academy right away. That's set up in your Getting Started Right and in your first email out to your coaches. And I just sent out something to the team, what you should be sending brand new coaches. You want to schedule a meet and greet call, or what we call a Getting Started Right call. You want to email them that welcome packet, and I can't spell, obviously, welcome packet. And you also want to enter them into our team page, our focus. There's also going to be focus pages that you can get them into. There's the Fit Addicted page, but we are going to be in the Team Fit Hoots page, Team Fit Hoots important information, and any training pages that you think they need to be a part of. Now, you don't add them all in at once. You do want to add them in one page per week, so they can just adjust to it, and they need to earn their way into certain groups. You don't want to just throw them in all these groups, because then they will get very overwhelmed. Make sure they get to watch a Getting Started Right call or webinar, and you're holding them accountable to the goals and the training that you're telling them you're going to set them up for. Also, keep following up with new coaches, because new coaches, they may not come up and tell you that they have a question, or they may be embarrassed, or they may not seem engaged, but they are quietly doing the work. So make sure you're checking in with everybody. Remember, the core purpose of Beachbody is help people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy, fulfilling lives. I just wanted to put a really good quote that I love on here, is you will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. So I know you guys all have really big dreams, and you want to build these huge businesses, but you just need to remember the more people you help, the faster your business is going to grow. So follow up is our last thing, and it's a must. Every single step of everything that I just went through is going to require some type of follow up process. We're all busy. Some of your team members are among the busiest people, and we're some of us are still working full time. We're going to school. Some of you have kids. I would just want to let you guys know is you may see me on Facebook a lot now because it is almost my full time job. I wasn't like this 2.5 years ago when I signed up as a coach. I was struggling to keep it all together. I was going to school full time. I was working 40 hours a week. I was moving into a new position. I was trying to grow this business. So I really had to sacrifice a lot of things because it was important to me. So you may have to look at your schedule and realize, if you're not following up with people, what's the point of even reaching out? If you're not willing to sacrifice here and there, is your why really that strong enough for you to be starting this business? You want to be persistent, but not pushy. So being persistent means you are checking back in every 30 to 60 days, whether they tell you to or not. You might want to ask some people, can I check back with you? Continue to follow up until you get a clear yes or no. Some people just might tell you, hey, not right now. I don't have the finances for it. That's not a clear no. That's just saying why they can't do it right now. So until they tell you, stop talking to me about this, I don't want to do your workouts, they are never going to be someone who you can cross off your list. Remember your own why and belief. Like, why did you start this? What got you going? What is going to keep you going through the emotional up and down? If you're passionate about health and fitness and you're passionate about helping people, you will naturally feel emotional on this business building venture, because when you get told no, it doesn't feel good. When you get rejected, it doesn't feel good. But that's what this business is really about. We are fighting an obesity epidemic. It's not natural for people to want to be gung-ho about working out. It's not natural for people to make it a part of their everyday life. It's not natural for people to be eating clean more than what a diet is requiring of them. So making it a lifestyle is really tough. So you need to remember that, and you need to remember why you're doing this. Is it because you want to send your kids to a better school? Is it because you're trying to buy your dream home or bring your husband home or just pay for groceries? You're trying to pay for your vacation this year for the kids. You're trying to pay for your honeymoon, your wedding. Whatever it is, it has to be strong enough to get you through those hard days. And then lead with the relationship first, because it does build a better business in the long run. If you're just trying to push people into your joining your team and you're not really focusing on building a good relationship with that person, it all kind of falls apart along the way. And it's because you never really had a good connection with them in the first place. So success will come if you stay engaged in this cycle. If you're constantly sharing, if you're inviting, and you're promoting, and you're also recruiting. So it is a cycle. You constantly want to be doing it. You constantly want to be moving into each stage, and you always want to make sure that you're actively finding new people every day or reconnecting with people every day off of your list. Consistency in these activities is a must. I even say consistency through the crickets. As a new coach, you might not be getting any interaction on your posts. You might not have people following you at all. And that's normal because you just started. It's going to take at least 90 days for anyone to really understand what it is that you're fully doing. So summer's coming up. Now's your time to really get people engaged and show them what you're doing. Share with them your results. Share with them the program you're currently doing, and let them know. Do not be posting your links out there. Do not be throwing your web pages around and telling people to buy from you. That is the surefire way for people to just be like, no way, I'm not talking to her. So don't do that. Over time, your business will grow if you show up consistently every day. This is a job. I know it is going to supplement a lot of your incomes if you stay consistent with it, but it is a job that you do have to show up to, and your income is based solely on the amount of people that you're going to choose to help and that you're going to choose to connect with. So you have to remember that first and foremost. This is a business of duplication, so what you do, your coaches will do. That means the good and the bad. So I've learned this a lot along the way. There's been some bad habits that I've passed down onto my team, and not their fault at all for following what I've done, because I was doing it, and what are they to know better than to just follow what I do? But I've learned along the way, as will you. So know whatever you're doing is being watched by your customers, your prospects, and your team. So always make sure you're being the good example and you're starting right. And one of my favorite personal development teachers is Jim Rohn. And I pulled this quote: success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you have any questions, make sure you're posting them below, because I definitely want to help you guys, better yourselves, better your businesses, and grow your businesses first and foremost. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording here. And if you guys have any questions, you can just let me know and reach out to me.